Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew Columbro here again for another episode of Meet the Blind. I'm currently here from Saavi Services for the Blind, and I'm here joined by Ashleigh Moon. Ashleigh, good morning. How's it going?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it and appreciate the time and effort. Um, Maybe just talk about at first, what is your role at Saavi?
I'm the youth services coordinator based out of our Phoenix office. But of course, everybody knows that we're virtual right now. So we're kind of all just helping out all over the state.
Gotcha. And I know recently you guys used to do in-person events every Saturday for the youth program, and because of COVID-19, maybe just talk a little bit briefly of the type of projects that you guys are currently working on.
Yeah, for sure. Usually we have in-person Saturday events and, some after-school activities. But with the pandemic, we moved everything to a virtual platform. And we've done some virtual activities over Zoom with kids on Saturdays. And we tried that out. And we're also more excited because we recently decided to put together a Saavi surprise box, which includes hands-on activities for the kids to do in their own homes. And we're delivering all of these boxes to our kids so that they can go ahead and still do some of the same types of activities we would have done in person, but they can do them at home on their own time.
Gotcha. Yeah. And what type of activities are in these boxes, and does it relate to like a specific type of study, whether it be like STEM or writing or?
We try to, since we're planning to do these boxes once a month, we try to kind of incorporate the areas that we usually incorporate into our Saturday programs. So those areas are Braille and independent living skills and STEM and arts and crafts and health and wellness. So each of the boxes that we're planning to do will have something from all of those different areas. So there's a variety of activities and opportunities for them to learn something.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
with STEM, you have a background in STEM as well. I know you went to ASU just like me, Forks Up. Maybe just talk.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk a little bit about your education background.
Yeah, I went to ASU for my bachelor's and my master's. I got my bachelor's in molecular biology, and then I decided to stay at ASU and get a master's in biology. And my concentration was biology in society. And the main focus of my thesis was education for blind children in the areas of STEM. I don't know how much you know about this, but a lot of times blind kids are kind of, I don't want to say pushed aside, but they're kind of given a modified assignment or an alternative to the traditional STEM that their peers are doing in class. And often they're just given an A and just given a pass, and they don't really get the opportunity to participate in the STEM activities the same way as their peers would. So I did my research on that, and the main focus of that research was developing some tactile graphics that were more detailed than the traditional tactile graphics students were getting for STEM. So they were made out of like a plastic material, and they were, it's kind of similar to 3D printing. So they were pretty detailed tactile diagrams and graphics that children could use to learn STEM concepts. So that's what I did in my master's. Through that process, I kind of realized how much I really, really enjoyed working with kids and how much of a passion I had for making sure that our blind children are getting the services and the education that they need so that they can be successful adults. So that really played well into my transition when I started to work at Saavi. I was a math tutor for a few years at Saavi and worked in the academics department for quite some time. And then I was able to transition into our children and youth department when we started to expand that in our Phoenix area. So it's been pretty exciting to get the opportunity to work one-on-one with the blind kids that I really want to help and kind of, give them those opportunities to grow and learn.
No, that's super awesome. Like honestly, I had no idea that that was a thing. And so I think it's cool that you were able to incorporate what you were doing in your studies and throughout your education career and incorporate it into what you currently do for Saavi, and kind of like still being able to do a lot of the work that revolves around and incorporate it into like a different setting, which I think is really cool, and giving those kids those opportunities.
Yeah, it's interesting because, I really, really love science and I had such a passion for that. But I knew right away, like through my college experience, that research and working in a lab and being part of academia and that whole field was not for me. I hated that part of it. So I knew that that wasn't going to be my career. And when I started doing my research for my master's and working with blind children, it kind of just hit me like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to bring my passion for science to other blind people and specifically children so that they can, grow up and have a stronger background in STEM and have that same excitement that I have.
Of course, yes. And obviously, it's, of course, with the passion for kids and such, you are a mother as well. You have a daughter named Liberty. Maybe just talk a little about that and about her and what she means to you.
Yeah, for sure. So my daughter is 22 months now. It's been a really exciting experience. She was born with a eye condition, and for me and my husband Jordan, we both of our eye conditions are so rare that we really did not expect for her to have any kind of an eye condition. So when she was born with that, we had a whole set of new challenges to go through. We're both blind and we know a lot about blindness as adults and that aspect, but we didn't know much about taking care of a blind baby from birth and all the things that go into that, and kind of getting her all those services as early as possible so that she can learn and grow and be successful with her peers. So that has been a totally new thing for us, and I think I really liked the challenge because it's helping me learn more about that developmental age of blind children, and something that I want to bring to other very young blind children, and kind of just take my experiences and share them with others, so that we can all grow and learn together. Because like I said, some of the challenges and things that we've experienced were not something we prepared or anticipated. So it's been a new experience for both of us. And but Liberty is awesome, and she's so much fun to be around, and she's learning and growing every day, and it's just an exciting thing to watch.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was lucky enough to be able to meet Liberty in person, and experience for sure. Well, I think this about wraps up this episode of Meet the Blind. Ashleigh, thank you so much for joining again. I really appreciate it, and appreciate your insight.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Remember, at Saavi, it's not what you can see, it's about who you are.